For some analysis, let me turn to Einar Tangen. He's a senior fellow at the Taihe Institute and chairman at Asieh Narratives. Einar, welcome to the program. How does one define a successful G20 summit?
Well, it's a little different today than it was in 2008 when Luis da Silva went to his first one. Then it was about coordinated action. It was very technical. They were concentrating on what was happening with the U.S. financial crisis. And today it's different. Politics has taken the forefront. It's become a place where there's a lot of bilateral meetings on the sidelines, but the larger issues have not been addressed because there just isn't enough shared commitment on those.
So eradicating poverty, hunger, a lot of lofty, ambitious goals. Beyond these goals, Einar, does anything ever really happen?
Well, not lately. I mean, it was very effective at the time. But, as we saw with the pandemic, coordinated action did not occur. Obviously, there's a lot of concern about Gaza and Ukraine, but that wasn't the focus. This is supposed to be about economics. And these larger issues were exactly why the G20 was supposed to be more effective than the G7. But right now, those issues are really shifting to places like the BRICS and other entities because there just isn't enough unanimity among these leaders. I mean, you have the leader of Argentina, he's shifted to the right. You have Donald Trump. These aren't issues for them. They want to talk about what they can do for their economies, not what they can do for the world.
Yeah, I think you make a very interesting point. And beyond the larger gatherings, I think sometimes these bilateral discussions on the sidelines are even more important. For example, President Xi Jinping meeting with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, first such meeting in 6 years, also met with Australia's PM Anthony Albanese. What do you make of these discussions on the sidelines, especially when it comes to China, UK, and Australia?
Well, I mean, it's good that these leaders are introducing themselves to each other. It would be better if they could figure out a way of cooperating. Xi Jinping has made it clear that it's business as usual, even though most nations there are kind of holding their breath to see exactly what the Trump administration is going to do. But I think it's very important that China is holding the line. Its 8-point program that he outlined is very much business as usual, e.g., we have to address all of the issues that are facing the world today. You're just not seeing that. Obviously, da Silva of Brazil is trying to push the hunger side as something that people should agree on. Even Macri down in Argentina, I mean, has over 50% of the nation is right now under the poverty line. So these are things that should be happening. But, the elephant in the room, as always, is Donald Trump. Lame duck Biden is there, but he can't make any deals, and he's been, in essence, sidelined.
And then, of course, China's trade with Latin America has jumped from around 18 billion, Einar, in 2002 to over 450 billion in recent years. Wow, what does that say about China's growing influence and engagement, if you will, in this region of the world?
Well, what it says quite clearly is the Belt and Road Initiative does work. As we saw in Peru, the opening up the Tangen port, this is big stuff. Trade is increasing, and these countries like it. They have never had their own port that wasn't literally controlled by the U.S. Via the Panama Canal. Now they have an open venue to the entire world. It's not just China, it's to Asia, everywhere in Europe, you name it. They have these big ships that can now go, so they're controlling their destiny. So it puts away this idea that this has all been an elaborate debt trap diplomacy to, it takes stuff from other countries. China is cooperating with these countries and building a better economic and social environment.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Einar Tangen, thank you very much.